I think I really found a way to solve your printing issues. I think we have a solution for the most terrifying issue in our industry. In this video, I want to give you all that knowledge for free so you can go out there and be very confident when setting up your equipment. If you're new here, people call me Bill. I'm the guy who works with almost every 5-star venue in Paris and still does. My goal is to give you the knowledge and confidence to build a profitable photo book business, land your dream clients, and make real money. I'm not talking 500. I'm not talking about 1,000. I want you guys to book those 5 figures gigs and up. I'm obsessed with everything photo booths, and I want to become the most creative and knowledgeable guy in the industry by the end of this very year. I will let you vote at the end of the year if I achieved it or not. We all have the Aircast Pros, the WCMs, etc. The issue is that a lot of these items are heavily relying on Wi-Fi. In fact, those are basically AirPrint devices. And whoever says AirPrint says unreliable. This is coming from someone who was praising Aircast for a couple of months ago. But my attendance in Paris reported several issues that disrupted the flow of events. And I personally started seeing some printing issues with the Aircast Pro that I have here with me. Not to mention the fact that even when I was able to connect to the printer, I couldn't print certain formats like 5x 3.5 or even 2x6, just one strip. So when I discovered this method that I'm about to show you, I was in shock. I was baffled. I was able to print paper formats that I didn't even know were possible to achieve. Whoever would have found this will never share this with you. But as always, I'm one of a kind and I don't gatekeep. So the video will follow a 4-step structure. Step number 1 will be presenting everything we need. Step number 2 will be physically setting up everything. Step number 3 will be iPad and TOUCHPIX settings breakdown. And step number 1 will be printing test. So let's start with step number 1. The software we're going to use today is TOUCHPIX. And the device we will use today is your print module called PrintPix, but wired. And this changes everything because we are using Ethernet and not Wi-Fi. In fact, we will use Wi-Fi to connect the iPad to the internet to be able to share pictures and videos via QR code, email, etc. But the printing itself, 100% wired, 100% reliable. And as a complement, we will use an USB hub, an Ethernet cable, a USB printer cable, and a USB-C cable to be able to power the PrintPix box at all times. That's everything you need for rock solid, reliable printing. Now let's move to step number 2, which is the physical setup. As always, I really want you guys to understand exactly what you're doing and not just copy what I do. Because if something changes tomorrow, you won't be able to troubleshoot. As always, guys, I love to show you everything in the little details so you can really understand. I took off everything on my photo booth just to be able to show you exactly how this works. I switched from the other switch to this one because this one has like a direct RJ45 outlet so we can use it for Ethernet. So this is my setup right now. We're just gonna do it together so you see exactly how this works. First thing first, I will always grab this switch and plug this into my iPad. So this is going to become my iPad. All the outlets in here are just going to be like my iPad outlets. So everything I plug in here is going to be plugged directly like it was in my iPad. So you want to go ahead and just plug this little thing into your iPad, just like that. Yep, all good for the iPad. Now you will see that you already know, I already talked about it, but you have different USB-C port. You have one that's a PD for power distribution. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab this little one and plug it so we get powered, so that our iPad is powered at all times. So everything that we're gonna do is just this one. And then you have another one who says like 5 Gbps. It's just for data. So we want to transfer data from the camera to the iPad. So we're going to go ahead and grab a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is the cable that we have, and just plug it from the iPad to the camera. Very simple, nothing complicated. My camera is right there. Just going to go ahead and find the USB-C port and plug it right there. Just like that, we're done with the camera part. And then you want to go ahead and just plug the camera with a dummy battery, but that part you already know. If you don't know, you go ahead and check my video about that. So now let's move to the fun part. This is my TOUCHPIX box. I know it doesn't have the TOUCHPIX branding, but this one is exactly the same that you'll find on TOUCHPIX website. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug my TOUCHPIX box. You want to be very careful here because this is something that I've never taught, so you want to really be focused to understand how this works. As I was talking about Ethernet, I got this Ethernet cable right there. We're just going to go ahead and start with this one. We have an Ethernet outlet over here. So what we want to do is just go ahead and plug it right there. See, we got the Ethernet cable plugged. So we want to go ahead and plug it into our iPad. Remember, my iPad is my switch. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my switch, which is right there, and plug it straight right there. Just like that, we established the Ethernet connection. Yep. Then all we want to do is don't forget about the printer. So I went ahead, I removed the printer cable, and I just want to show you exactly how this works. So this is the printer cable. You have the one that goes to the printer and the USB port that goes into your computer or anything, but today is going to go into the TOUCHPIX box. So let me just go ahead and grab my TOUCHPIX box as I previously did, and I'm just going to go ahead and plug it into any USB-C outlet that we have. We have a lot of outlets, so go ahead and choose the one that you like. They're all going to work, so don't worry about it. So I plugged it, and now the other part is going to go into the back of your printer. That one you already know. We're almost done. Last thing we want to do is make sure that we power our TOUCHPIX box, because if we don't power our TOUCHPIX box, it is not going to work. So you can do it two ways. You can use a power bank if you want to, but you can also plug it into a wall. So this is what we're going to do. We have this charger right there, this USB-C charger with the USB-C outlet. We just want to go ahead and plug it onto the side of our TOUCHPIX box right there. So just like that, we finished setting the connection. So it's really simple, really simple. If you didn't understand anything, just make sure that you rewatch the video and you'll be good to go. So right now, what I'm gonna do is just head over to my photo booth, put everything inside the photo booth, and show you exactly what I got. And that's it. Simple, clean, and most importantly, reliable. So now we can move to step number 3, which is the iPad plus TOUCHPIX settings. So as I said, our first step will be the iPad. So we want to go to the settings, and we want to go to the Ethernet part. You want to click onto that interface, USB. So you guys are going to have this in automatic. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it back into automatic mode. And it's going to be like this. Yep. So let me just put it back and save it. That's exactly how your screen is going to look like. You're going to have like this limit IP address tracking. You're going to have the configuration to automatic. What you want to do is pretty simple. You want to come over here and take a picture of this IP address and this subnet mask. Then you're going to go to configure IP and put it into manual. What you want to do is just say the same numbers that you had previously. So I didn't take a picture. Let me just go back and take that picture with my phone so I can do it exactly the same way as you. So as I said, you're going to come over there and you want to do it manual, because you don't want the automatic Ethernet. You want to set it up yourself to be able to communicate directly with the TOUCHPIX box. So we're going to go manual, and the IP address over here is 192.168.11.169. Then you want to go to subnet mask 255.255.0. It's
always the same, this one normally, but you want to copy what you got. So you want to go ahead and hit save. Once you hit save, what you want to do is come over here and limit IP address tracking. Yep, you just want to keep it for yourself. So right now that you do it, you good to go on the iPad side. You see, we didn't touch anything about Wi-Fi.
Now, if you're using the same hotspot to connect to the internet all the time, for example, your phone, then you will never have to touch these IP settings again. But if you connect to different Wi-Fis, such as the venue's Wi-Fi, then this might change. But anyways, just follow the same process and you'll be fine. My advice for you is to avoid using venue's Wi-Fi as much as possible because they do have a lot of firewalls and sometimes don't even allow interconnections between devices. So use your own hotspot whenever possible.
Now we're going to go into TouchPIX to make sure that we connect the PrintPix box. Let's get it. When you open TouchPIX, normally your event, you already scan the QR code so you know how to do it. You're going to go into the settings just like I did, and we want to go into the print section, print and sharing. You want to hit printing. Once you get there, you're going to go ahead and hit this one, like connection handling manual. Mine is already in manual, but yours might be in auto, so you want to hit manual. When you do that, you want to hit those three dots over here, and you have different settings. Mine is already good. I don't know why, but that's maybe because I did it before. So what you want to do right now is pretty simple. You just want to hit the fill with PrintPix wired IP. Fill with PrintPix wired IP. You want to hit this button right there, and you want to have this pop up like the this connection, network permissions, and all that stuff. You want to wait until that pop up goes away, then you hit the connect button, and then you hit done. And just like that, normally you good. If it wasn't good, they would tell you that PrintPix didn't connect. So right now we connected, that's for sure. And one thing that you can do right now is just like see the available paper size and choose the one that you want to use. So if we go to available paper size, see available printers right now, it's trying to find my printer. Boom, it's for the GNP DS620. Don't forget, do it with your printer turned on. Very important. So you hit GNP DS620, and then you want to see the available paper size. That's what I was saying, man. A lot of available sizes, man. So you have everything set and ready. So we want to go ahead and just maybe hit print to see what we got.
We can even test Wi-Fi to see if we still have internet just by opening our browser or even opening Instagram or YouTube. Now we can move to the last part, which is the printing test. I will insert two different paper types. Let's start with 5x7 first, which is already in the printer. And let's just see how many printing options are out there.
So you hit GNP DS620, and then you want to see the available paper size. That's what I was saying, man. A lot of available sizes, man. I never seen this in my life. Look at all those paper sizes that you have. You have 5 by 3.5, you have 6 by 2, you have everything, man. Like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. This is the best tool I've ever used when it comes to printing.
This is insane, man. Look at all these options. We can even print a trading card and wrap this one up.
This was an event about golf, so I already have my trading cards over here. It's 5 by 3.5, and the paper that is inside the printer right now is 5 by 7. So if I hit print, normally it's gonna go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just like that, in 15 seconds, there you have it. A beautiful print. This thing is so fast. Like, it's fascinating how fast this thing is. That's pretty much it for like the way you set it up is really easy, really nice and clean. And once you do it one time with the same Wi-Fi network. You won't even have to bother yourself like changing the IP addresses and everything. So now what we want to test is just test if we have Wi-Fi. I can already see that we have Wi-Fi because when I hit the QR code button, the QR code just appears. So if I just, with my phone, try to scan the QR code, you see, I get the picture on my phone. So the connection is good. What you can also do is go to YouTube, go to like any other app to see if you have Wi-Fi. So this is pretty much it. I was about to show you with 6x2, but you already saw all the available sizes, so I don't even need to do it anymore. So what you want to do is simple. When you insert your paper, like 4x6 or 5x7, just see all the available prints that you have. But be careful, because the paper that you insert in the printer is gonna decide the size that you want to print. But I want to show you like how I print the 6x2, just one strip. That one is crazy, so let's do it.
Then I will insert the classic 4x6 paper, the one that everyone uses for strips and normal pictures. And now let's just see the magic. See how fast this is. So I'm going to insert a brand new set of paper and ribbon for the 4x6, and I'll show you what I got.
Okay, so let me show you what I did to be able to print just one 2x6 strip like that. So I'm gonna go to TOUCHPIX real quick. I'm gonna go to printing, and what I did is I went to print pix management, and right there what I did is I just went into like DNPDA 620. I went to parameters and I changed the major size from 5x3.5 to 6x2, and I just hit the save changes button. And then I went back over here and I just chose 2x6 paper size. And then what I did is I just went to my gallery and I'm just gonna go ahead and print this one. Let's just see how fast this can print. I'm gonna record with my phone so we know exactly how fast the print comes out. So let's go. So it says 2, but it's gonna print 1. It's just a bug. Let's go. There we go. It's printing. Let's see how fast this comes out. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Look at this beautiful print. It came out in 11 seconds. This is crazy.
And the shocking part, instead of printing 2 strips like every other software does, you can choose to print just 1 strip. And this alone will save you so much paper and money. Just off this option alone, you should run to the TOUCHPIX website and grab this PrintPix module right now. Also, make sure to add to that subscription to the TOUCHPIX software, even if it's just for a week. Test it out and I promise you, you will be addicted. All of this is made possible with my beautiful and unique Photobooth, Starboard Photobooth, which for me is the #1 choice if you want to start a quality photobooth business in 2026. So head over to Book Corner right now and get ready to take off, because I'm here for both a long time and a good time. I want to tear this industry apart, and I'm in the lab every single day to make sure that you guys get the best out of what you already have. Ain't no better feeling than knowing that you are working with the best and being confident that whatever issue you may have, me and my guys are just one call away. Again, I'm not selling or promoting anything I don't use myself. Everything I show you, I use it myself at my own events. We are in what people consider the slow season. I call it the learning season. This is the perfect time for you to get into the business. Purchase the amazing Starboard Photobooth via our website, bootcorner.com, because this is a booth that allows you to do 2x6 prints, 4x6 prints, 5x3.5 trading card prints, 5x7 prints, spotlight photo booth, AI activation, you name it, Starboard can do it all. All you need is one photo booth and some knowledge. Now, if you want to see how I set up everything nice and clean, this video is for you. Let's go.